Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Ethereum. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you are enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description you'll find a link to Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. Okay, so let's get into the fun stuff here. So yesterday we were talking about that possibility of looking to find support in this zone here of this 1743 to this 1655. So we were looking at that possibility that within here we could either count this maybe or potentially as a fifth wave into here, where we look at this as a triangle within here, and then we have a fifth up. Or alternatively, actually we finish further back here, and basically what we'd then be looking for would be that possibility that this is a W, X, and a Y into this low point. So with that said, basically what I'm looking for here is confirmation that we're out of this zone and we're looking to break to the upside. So potentially we do have what looks to be a five-wave move here. And if we come onto the 30-minute, we can see it a little bit better. What I'd be looking for is that potential that within here we have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looking for a fourth and a fifth wave to the upside. So it is also possible that potentially we could argue that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's completed already, but I think an additional leg up here would be neater. So what I'm looking out for here in this area is the fact that within here we could see this as a five-wave move completed to the upside. So if we have actually set a low, and this 50% at the 1717 was our low point here for this wave 2 or B wave, basically what we'd be looking for would be looking to see if we get a three-wave move back down into the 1742 to the 1723, 27 range. If we just get a three-wave move down in here, potentially we could see something like this play out where this becomes a 1, 2, and then we look to push up for a third wave. And ideally, what we'd want to see, so I'm going to just take this off this current area here. Um, I want to say that's 618. So if we do move back down towards the 1736 range, basically 1819 would be that confirmation of a bigger impulsive move here, where we'd want to then see another fourth and a fifth wave to confirm it completely. This would be just a typical third wave area, though we'd need to have this fourth and this fifth wave here. Otherwise, we wouldn't have good structure. So this is what I'm looking out for. Really, until we actually take this B wave high here, though, at this 1803, we need to be cautious because we could actually continue to see some rejection within this. And what we could be then looking for is that possibility we form either an ABC move here and then we look to break down again, or alternatively, this could be a flat correction here. So I am being mindful of that fact that, there is another way of looking at this. So if we are looking at that possibility, basically what we could see is, like I said, depending on where we want to take this move from, potentially from back here, what we could then have is that basically this is an A wave, this is a B wave, this is a C wave down, this is a connector wave for an X, and then possibly forming this as an ABC to the downside. So that one-to-one would actually look to bring us down here towards the 1688 range. The one-to-one of this Y wave would actually be up here at the 1700 area. So this is something we're looking out for, that possibility. We could actually still see a move down here, and it would still fall within that support box that we just discussed over here. Not that one, this one. So that one-to-one would actually of the C wave here would actually put us right in this golden pocket area. So worth keeping an eye on to see if we do actually break down into the zone, whether we get a reaction to the upside from here. However, we need to be aware that there is also the possibility that we could have completed into this high here. And then if we're looking at that possibility, we need to be aware that we could potentially see this develop as a 1, 2, a 1, 2, and then we look to break down deeper. So we're going to be discussing that. Really, if we start to lose this 1655 area, then this whole potential of looking for this as another 1 and a 2 here starts to break down. And then, potentially we are within that flat correction, which we're going to go and talk about in a second. Um, so if we start to move down deeper here, but to start to break down below these zones here of this sort of 1640 area, then we potentially are in a much bigger structure to the downside. Okay, so that is, if we do find support here, basically what we'll be looking for is five-wave structure to the upside, looking to actually take out these highs Once we get above this at least allows for it eliminates that possibility of this move extending to the downside, and then would make it rather look that we are actually looking to progress up in that bigger third wave. Though, if that is correct, basically what we want to see is good impulsive moves to the upside. If we fail to achieve that and it sort of just moves around sideways, it starts to become less and less likely that that is actually playing out because as an impulse, it should get quite strong quite quickly. So what we need to be cautious of, I just briefly mentioned it, is there's still the potential we could look at this whole move to the upside here as a B wave. So this is an a B, and then potentially looking for a C wave to the downside. So I haven't written this off yet. Um, what the only way that it would work though, looking at the current structure, would actually be that we're looking at this as a 1, 2, and then looking at this as a diagonal again for another 1 here, potentially a flat for a 2, and we could actually look to break down for this third wave. So if we actually rejected off of our current area, basically moving down below this 1651 area could potentially set us up for having an additional fourth and a fifth here, which then would actually look to push us past this 1639, which is the 1.618 of this wave 1 up here. And then that could then tie in with actually forming additional 5 wave structure to the downside here, and we could actually look to basically then this wave 3 would be here. We'd look for another fourth wave, and then we'd look for a fifth wave down, potentially down towards some of these zones here. So within looking at this as a flat, so this top box here is a typical flat area. We discussed this. These are tip common targets of a running flat, the 1733 and the 1669. And then as an expanding flat, down here we have the 1630 to this 1570. So it would be quite an interesting area, this 1570, because it would actually be a retest of this fourth wave here. There is also bits of consolidation down here. We could look to actually move back into this. And yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how we get down here because this 1-to-1 of this A wave at the 1669 is as well, quite a strong level here. So we could actually look to find a reaction on there. We'll have to see how exactly it plays out. But basically, this is what I'm looking for. If we develop a 5 wave structure to the downside, we could potentially then look for this to actually be um, the wave 2 location. So the problem here we would have is if we do have a 5 wave move, we'd have to be cautious of a move to the upside here that plays out in 3 waves. So if we had to come down, say, to this 1570 and we get a move up in 3 waves, we need to be aware that we could face further rejection at the 1784 to this 1707 range. And then we could actually look to have something else develop in here where we have a bigger a B, and then we look to push down for a bigger C wave here. So this is something we need to be aware of here. If we are talking about this move being completed into this high, rather, you know, this could then form an A, B, and a C as the wave 2, or alternatively, if we are looking at that other option we were discussing previously, where we're looking for let me just throw it on. So actually, let me go back onto the hallway. Uh, looking for the alternate count, where actually we're looking for this fifth wave here. Let me turn this off. We're actually looking for this fifth wave to the upside here, then we need to be aware that we could still need a 3 wave move back down into the support zone for a B wave or wave 2 between this 1414 to this 208. So it's going to be important what happens from here. If we manage to hold these key levels, this area here, this low, I'm actually going to turn that off for a sec. So if we manage to hold these key lows here, potentially we can look for this to carry on extending to the upside here. And then even if we did form a 5 wave move like this, we'd be looking for that possibility of finding support above these areas, potentially retesting here and then looking to push away. So we're going to have to monitor this and see how it plays out. But yeah, for as long as we maintain these lows and we keep setting these higher highs, higher lows, we could still continue to look to push away from here. And it is looking like there is good potential for this to start to move away, but we need to obviously maintain these areas. And ideally, what I want to see now is good volume and the price action starting to react like a third wave for additional confirmation. The wave count potential is there, but now we need to see what the market's going to do. If it just sort of pitters out and just moves around, it doesn't do a lot, then I would start to question the fact that we're already within a third wave. Because what we want to see is nice strong moves to the upside. That's typical of third wave structures. So we need to see that playing out. So the alternative thing that we were talking about, so basically what we're actually looking for here is, further confirmation that this is playing out. As long as we hold the 1655 and the 1611, we can look for these potentials for these higher targets here. Either the problem we have here is if we did form this is an ABC to the upside rather, that wouldn't really fit in our structure. So be careful of this 1-to-1 area, this 1951. What we'd want to see is a nice clean move up here in good five-wave structure, looking to actually attack this zone of this 21101 area. So, we want to get up into this zone. If we did move up that high, then, potentially we're looking for this extension up here, and this could even extend out past these zones. But yeah, we'd have to wait for the structure for the confirmation. The thing I want to talk about here, we've done the WXY. Is there a possibility that we could still argue that this is still a B wave here? It does have pretty good structure here for a 5-wave count. The problem I have is within this, we could also just argue this has been an A wave into here, a B, and then potentially forming some kind of a C wave. And that would be what I'm looking out for. There's no confirmation of this yet. And typically, what we'd want to see as a C wave is a move up towards this 0.618 at this 1895. But if we do actually just start to form a slanting structure here, a upward slanting diagonal here, potentially what we'd be looking for is that potential that, this could actually develop into a move where this becomes a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5, and we get some kind of a ending diagonal here where this has been 1, this is 2, 3, 4, and then 5 up, and then we actually look to break down. So need to keep an eye on it. These things are always possibilities. If we do start to take these highs, though, what I want to see is whether we start to get that volume come in and we start to see this move. If it starts to take off, then basically what we'd be looking for is confirmation of that. Though really, we need to hit those targets that we talked about previously within the video and look for that possibility of either I'm moving up towards this 2111 area for more confirmation. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. As well as that, there are affiliate links for both PrimeXBT and BYBIT down there, both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. Check them out for yourself. If you do not have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care out there.